You start recording.
Let's fucking.
I think
All
I
right,
might have shit my
so
pants.
welcome everybody
Oh.
to episode 10. No countdown, no need for a preface. This is episode 10 of Failure at its Finest Hour podcast. Have you ever, gentlemen, gotten mad before you needed to?
Every day.
Every day?
Okay, I'm trying to think of a scenario where
I'm mad all the
I
time.
remember like something that happened that give me an example. I know
Let me give you an example here. I had a long day of work. I stopped at this local it's called Family Fare. It's like this grocery store that I've only really seen down here in the Lower Peninsula. And this place is like way more expensive than Meijer. It's like they have like a little discount card, like, oh, swipe your card and you get discounts. And you have to have, there's a lot of grocery stores, you don't need to swipe the card. They got one at the register. They'll swipe it for you. So this place, so I go in there and I'm just trying to grab like a quick bite for me and Emily to eat for dinner. And I see these like ribs in the hot case. And God knows how long they've been sitting there, but they're normally like 13
Days.
bucks for a full rack of hot ribs, already sauced and everything.
Yeah.
Normally like 13, 14 bucks. They're like 10 bucks with the card. So I grab those things. I grab some other stuff. I go to the checkout, and there's this dude there at the checkout who just finished up an order. I walk up and I'm like, "Are you open?" And he's like, "Yeah, I just got done checking somebody out." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't think anything of it. And I was like, "That was a little weird." But so I go up to the thing and I was like, he's like, "Hey man, sorry if you're trying to close down. I'm just trying to, I see that you're there checking people out." And he's like, I was like, "I see your light's not on, so I don't know if you're just closing down or opening up." And he's like, "Yeah, I just opened up. My light's not fully on yet." And I step back and I'm like, I'm about to murder this guy.
I know you.
I'm about to pull every single tooth out of this guy's mouth with a pair of pliers. Like, and it gets worse. So I continue on with the transaction. He's scanning the stuff. I got some alcohol. So he scanned that little 6-pack of beer, and I'm like, I don't have a membership card to this grocery store. He doesn't know that. So I've been putting in my roommate's phone number.
So you're breaking the rules.
So hear me out. So I said,
Aaron.
I don't have my card. Can I just scan, or type in my phone number? He's like, "Yeah, go ahead." So I type this thing, or I give him the phone number. And normally on a normal day, they enter the number. It's fine. I get the discounts, whatever. Mm-hmm. He says, so I give him the phone number. And he's like, "All right. Oh, Mooney?" My roommate's last name. So he says Mooney. And I'm like, and at this point, my blood's starting to boil. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, "Yeah, my name's Mooney." But then I forget that he's got to check my ID for the alcohol. So scans the alcohol. I've already confirmed that my last name is Mooney, even though it is not. And this guy, he's like, "Can I see your ID?" I give him my ID. And at that point, my blood boils over. And I'm like, if this dude is about to die on, if this is the hill that this guy is going to die on, if you're really going to freak out that I put in my roommate's phone number for some horse meat ribs with just like sewage barbecue sauce on it that have probably been in there since 6 a.m.
For your boiled ribs.
I'm about to burn this place to the ground. And so I was already completely hot at the very beginning of this interaction. He looks at my ID and he's like, "All right, here's your total." And that was the end of it. I paid for my stuff and I walked out. And for some reason, when I walked out, I was still upset. I was still like, you know what? I kind of wish I could have just unloaded on this guy. Just
swung the ribs right at his fucking dome.
Yeah.
You were ready So that was my experience last week. And I was ready, dude. I was like, I've had a terribly long day just trying to get some of these horse ribs. And this guy's about to stop me from doing that for no reason.
I will shove every Snickers bar in this candy aisle up your fucking ass if you don't sell me these ribs.
Couldn't believe it.
So, I have one. So, have you guys ever taken a just massive, fucking juicy, smelly shit?
Oh no.
Because you know when you walk into a public restroom or a porta potty and it's somebody else's shit that you're smelling,
Yeah.
and it's disgusting and you just want to get the fuck out of there?
Yeah, every time.
Have you ever taken like a shit of your own that smells so bad that you're trying to get out of the bathroom?
No.
Oh, no.
I'm not
did
joking,
this
dude.
week.
No,
did
I
this
never
week.
have.
I never have. I never had either until this week. It was so fucking disgusting. Because you know you can sit in your own, shit for a while. You can. It can brew. It can brew while you're in there. But this time I couldn't. I had to run out. It was so fucking disgusting. And I had the candles, and it was in my own house. I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god. You had to fucking...
So I was like hurrying up, and it was bad. It was really bad. And I wanted to know if that has ever occurred to you guys before. Because when it happened, I remember running out of the bathroom, and I closed the door, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? I was like, that was disgusting.
Yeah, dude. That's not normal.
I couldn't stand the smell of my own shit. That's crazy.
I've had some pretty ripe
shit
shits
out.
before, but I don't think I've ever been like, I can't stand the own smell of my own brew.
It was bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's times where I'm taking like a massive hog and I'll crank the fan on because it stinks, but it's never unbearable.
Yeah, we don't have a fan in our bathroom.
Yeah,
so
you might want to get that checked out.
It's do or die.
I want to get that checked out.
Thankfully.
I think you shit out your pancreas.
It was so bad.
I think the worst thing that I've experienced maybe is which I used to be very bashful of in public bathrooms, whether I'm in like a restaurant or in college or something like that, where it's maybe not the most foul thing in the world, but it's just very loud. And nowadays, I think maybe most of us are on the same page, but man, when you're in like a public bathroom and you just got just a wet one loaded up.
Oh, dude.
And you just walk, there's 4 guys in the urinals just all next to each other, which is also violating a rule. But then when you sit down in that one stall that's in there and you just unload and you just listen to feet shuffling. There's like Nike squeaking on the floor.
You gotta get the
and
fuck out of here,
they're like
man.
nervous.
Go,
They're
go.
just like, what in the world has happened? And you're just like literally on Snapchat, like recording it for your buddies. That is one thing that I've noticed that is different in adulthood.
Dude, that's the thing. It's funny you mentioned that because like there was a time in my life where I'd go into a public restroom and be shameful to like knock a wasteful deuce, where it's just like you're just laying the hate on the can and you're just afraid of anyone else hearing it, so you're just letting out like little squirts of shit, like and like,
or you wait until the blow dryer and the hands turns on.
Yeah, or you give it a flush and you just let her go.
Yep.
But I'm at the point in my life where I'll just walk into a public restroom and just fucking let her eat, and I don't care,
So I have, before we get going here, I have another bathroom story. It actually just happened today. It's so funny.
Jesus.
So Molly and I went out tonight. We went out to dinner and we had a couple drinks. We went to a wine bar in Marquette and we had a couple drinks and we were leaving and we're like, oh, we got to go to the bathroom. So we went downstairs. First time in this joint. I don't know if she's ever been there, but go down there, one person bathroom. And she walks in, and I'm kind of like behind her, like checking it out. I'm like, oh, is there, sometimes, there's a toilet and a urinal and a single.
Yeah.
So I was looking, and she was like, oh, just come in or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. So I go in there, only one toilet. Get in there, turn around, go to lock the door. I don't know how to fucking lock the door. So I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like up against the door just in case anybody tries walking in. Because again, I don't think it was locked because I didn't know how to. It was wild. So I'm always going to the bathroom. I'm sitting there. Somebody knocks. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, busy. So Molly goes. She does her business. She blocks the door. I go. And we're going to leave. And we open the door. And it's like this younger girl. She's probably in her 20s. And she's just like standing outside the bathroom. And Molly didn't know what to do. And she went to say thank you and she like just got thank out, and she stopped, and then she just like put her head down and like ran up the stairs, because obviously a girl and a guy coming out of the bathroom, you gotta imagine what that girl was thinking. So she was like thank, and then just put her head down and like ran up the stairs, and then I looked at her and I was like, we thought there was 2 toilets. And I walked by. It was the funniest shit ever. She probably walked back to her table like, people were just fucking in the bathroom.
I promise.
And that was the family restroom?
Yeah, it was just like a single. There was only one bathroom in the whole place.
Dude, you ever go
Classic
into
UP, dude.
There's no worse feeling when you go into like a gas station shitter. And I'm sure we'll talk about this later. Like you go into a gas station shitter and you gotta fucking lay some rope, you gotta fucking let your lower intestine just unwind. And you're like, oh, thank God I can shit. You sit down, the seat's warm.
Oh,
yeah.
Seats
No.
warm.
Yeah.
And the fucking
Maybe a little damp, like it's summertime. The AC's not really running.
or on the back of the bowl, there's a little brown
Oh.
check, like a little brown tick
Just a
on
little-
the back.
Ugh, like on the actual
freckle,
seat, you're
little
saying, right?
freckle action.
Yeah, on the
actual
seat.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, someone with a big ass.
Big,
has
I
some
was just
fucking
gonna say
poo-poo,
somebody's
yeah,
ass
you
was
know?
too big for that fucker.
And you're like,
That's
fuck, I didn't
cool.
know this gas station had heated seats, man.
Oh, man.
Fuck, dude, it's so good to hear from you guys. It's been it
Yeah,
feels
we
like so
we
long.
like we're catching up. So we're recording this on Saturday. You'll hear this Tuesday. So we're kind of caught up. You probably noticed
is
in
our-
the last couple episodes we were talking about things that happened like 2 weeks before. So we're gonna eliminate that. Maybe have one in the bank, because it's good to have one in the bank. But yeah, we were on a little
Good.
hiatus again. You don't know we were, because obviously our episodes have
Right.
been releasing on time. But it's good to be
Right.
it's good to be on
Good
top.
to be
here.
back.
Yeah,
Good to be
nice
back.
to see you
We're-
guys.
We're zipping and we're zinging.
Again, episode 10. It's a big staple.
Episode 10, dude. It's like fucking huge. Probably episode 11. I think we probably deleted one episode.
No, it's 10.
No, we posted them all, did we? Interesting. So everybody hates me by now.
Yeah.
You're trying to vote me out the podcast and the Twitter. I don't know what that's all
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Talk
I
about
just-
that later.
I
guess,
just like trolling Aaron. It's just funny. It's the Aaron trolling.
Speaking of Twitter, that is a
That's all good.
huge disaster right now. So if you are
Our
listening
tw-
and do not follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitter. Tell your friends. We need to get some followers. We posted a, trying to get some ideas and stuff from people, and I think we got like
And
like one real
Literally
suggestion.
nothing. It's
Yeah,
like
Twitter's not big. Twitter's not big right now for
Do we
in
go to-
terms of our
the thing is like
local followers.
do we go? It's like Facebook is like all boomers.
That's the thing. I haven't even touched Facebook about this, because it's just, I don't even
It's
know why I
just
have Facebook, to be honest. I'm not joking. Like,
it's.
I don't know
like,
why I have it. I check it
on,
pretty frequently, but I mean, it's just,
Yeah,
Ford
it's the same-
F-150s
it's
that
the
are
same
rusted
thing
to
with-
the fucking bones, and people trying to sell it on the marketplace, and people
It's
sharing
all
Trump
marketplace.
flags, and share if you like Jesus. It's just,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
a brutal source of
it's all
media
bu-
right now.
it's all
Why don't you
Bible
just-
thumpers.
Why don't you
and
just delete
fucking
everyone that you
Trumpers.
don't want to fucking listen to?
I know, because then
That-
I don't
that-
think I have, because I'm not a lot of my friends are on Facebook, so it is kind of cool to see like what the boomer community is talking about.
Well, that's the
But-
best part about it. Is
Yeah,
you
and the
only talk shit
marketplace
to old
is-
people.
Marketplace is fantastic, and we're actually going
I
to have
mean-
an episode coming in the future of our best marketplace finds, and Dylan, you might have the cake on that one. not
Oh
to,
my
not to spoil
God,
anything,
dude.
but that is
Oh
going to be
my
fucking
God.
hilarious. So
Oh,
that is
man,
something
that
that is
shit's
something
so
to look
funny.
forward to. So
I still have
guess we gotta,
have it.
I guess we got to
Sure.
keep Facebook for that matter.
But
So
yeah,
our
dude.
topic for today, Tony. What do you got?
Yeah, so we have had a couple weeks on this one. We're gonna dive into this week kind of our opinions on. We first wanted to do like UP Treasures and Gems. That's kind of what Chris had said for the name, and we started to talk about. I know some of us will have like landmarks, but I kind of grabbed the kind of low-key restaurants and pubs and stuff that I really
Mhm.
like in the UP, and I know gas stations, and I know
Gas
you
gas
guys are
station cuisine.
yeah, yep, and I know that you guys are probably gonna have some landmarks, but we're gonna dive into what we kind of think is the the UP Gems and Treasures, whether it is a business or landmark. And no, it's not advertisement. So if you are listening
Yeah,
and you're
no, this is,
owner of one of
this
the
is-
establishments, hit us
Yeah.
up, Failures Finest Hour on
Yeah.
Twitter. Just
yeah.
kidding.
If you're working at on the fryer at any of these gas stations that we're talking about, let your boss know.
Sincere thanks from us.
Yeah,
if you work in the
for
fryer.
real,
Yeah, thank
for
you.
real.
But
And,
Thank you for the high blood
before
pressure.
we get going, something I do have to say is anyone that is from Onogin, I thought of this, but I was like, damn, I can't say it like it's still a thing now because back in the day it was fucking great. But holiday pizza, remember when it used to be like really
Hot
stuff,
Oh my
dude.
god, hot stuff,
Hot
dude.
stuff specifically,
I remember,
not Godfather's.
yeah.
but
Hot stuff.
And
because I remember like I was thinking of it, and I was like, damn, dude, holiday used to have some good ass pizza, like actually like good pizza.
and cheap too. It just
I know.
it just depends on who was working that day.
Yeah.
We're not gonna call it any names, but I remember 5 or 6 years
No,
ago.
dude.
Good luck
I
trying to
was-
order a fucking pizza.
I have another throwback, but I'll wait till it's my turn to talk about the restaurants.
Wait,
Go ahead.
what did you? Oh, you want to take the lead?
Like
here?
another,
Keep
sure.
going.
Yeah, another
Keep going.
throwback. Another throwback would be Roxy's, dude. Back in the day, I feel like it used to be
Oh,
super
dude.
good.
Yeah,
The Roxy Burger.
Obviously, it's one of the only bars left open in fucking Onogin right now.
yeah,
so,
Rib Sham.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
Rib Sham.
I guess we're just going to Roxy's in
Pouring
the early part of the day, and then shutting her down with the Sham, or excuse me, the Stubbs bar. But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
go
yeah,
listen to
Roxy's used to have,
Papa Roach for
some
6
good ass
hours.
burgers, but Roxy's used to have some good ass burgers and some good ass waffle fries. But now, like, just to be honest, like, I don't know if it's just because
It's new
I'm
owners.
a little bit more picky about what I eat now. But
Yeah.
like, I don't enjoy it as much as I used to. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
What
dude,
do
I
you
don't
guys
know,
think?
like something about like a fucking like I remember eating a Roxy burger as a teenager and going, "Oh my god, this is the best fucking burger I've ever had." And like in my earlier adult years, I'd go back and get a Roxy burger. Or do you guys remember the bitch burger that they
Yeah.
had?
Oh, yeah,
fuck,
dude. That's when my
So fucking good.
That's when yeah, dude. That's they've gone through a handful of owners. That bar is a tried and true Ontonagon staple from way back from when our parents were,
Yeah.
you
I'm definitely not
out
trying
of
to talk
college
shit or
just
anything.
getting
No,
No
For
shit
sure,
talking
I'm
at
just
all.
saying.
no. Everyone has their own opinion.
and that's actually one place that
This is
I'll
an
probably go
opinion-based
back to
podcast.
because the burgers the burgers are still much better than a lot of the places on the West End. I'll
Look.
say that.
The burger's still a burger. You know what I mean? You're still gonna get a burger.
Yeah.
And
I was just
there's
saying, like, that was like a good thing that used to be like. I feel
the
like it
Rox-
used to be better.
Yeah.
I think the variety of the burgers have changed a lot.
Yeah.
Like you,
Because they have the hot
that's
Roxy
maybe the bigger
too. They have
point.
a bunch of shit.
yeah, they have like the hot Roxy, low Roxy. I think they have like a barbecue, bacon
What's
one.
that?
But
What's the high Roxy, the low Roxy? What's that all
hot,
about?
hot Roxy is just literally patty patty bun and pepper jack cheese. It's nothing.
Pepper jack.
It's
There's
nothing
jalapenos
crazy.
on it.
But
I thought.
no, that's the Hell Burger. You're thinking of the Hell Burger. I don't think they have that anymore.
Which used to be the bitch
The hell-
burger.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
what?
see,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
fucking confused right now.
Jalapenos and pepper jack.
I
Yeah,
thought
I'm
I was gonna have a
confused.
heart attack
So-
one day after I had one of those. I thought it was gonna be the big one. I'm not kidding.
Dude,
Yeah. They
Yeah.
got the finest canned jalapenos on that burger, man.
That they had the Rebel Burger that had the brat patty on it.
Oh,
That's
the Rebel.
my-
I remember that one.
Ooh, yeah, that was a good. I'm
Mm.
saying, like,
So
yeah.
I guess to start off,
Dylan,
the
well,
gems. What's up?
do you have any other ones first before you?
No throwbacks, but I do have like two more like solid ones that are like still good today.
Well, let's hear them.
Well, we were just
Sorry,
talking about
Aaron.
this before we started recording, but if you guys ever make it to basically if you come off the Mackinac Bridge and you start heading towards Ontonagon, it's probably about like 5 or 10 minutes after the mystery spot. It's called Lado's Pasties, and
Mm.
I was reminded of it
Mm.
when we were on our way back from, well, when I say we, I say Kelly and I, we were on our way back from the wedding last summer, and we stopped there and we were hungover as shit. And I was so hungry, and like Kelly was fucking starving too. Like we were both just fucking pissed and hungover, didn't feel good. Long ass drive fucking ahead of us, and I was like, dude, we're just gonna stop here. because I was like one of those spots where I was like, I'm pretty sure I used to stop at, like when I used to drive back from downstate, but I couldn't fucking remember because it's been so long, and I stopped there, and as soon as I walked in, I remembered it, like just like the inside, you know how it looks. It was pretty,
For sure.
it's pretty plain, I guess, but it was just something I remembered. But that place has really good fucking pasties. Like
Now, when you're, because I'll say this, because the pasties, there's a ton of places that make pasties in the UP.
yeah,
Are they seasoning the meat? Are they using rutabagas? Is it like a good pasty with a good crust? Like, is it like everything you want in a pasty?
look,
Or do you have
I'll
to
be-
add
I'll be-
ketchup?
I'll be 100% honest. We didn't have to add ketchup or anything.
Wow.
I opened that fucker up and ate it while I was driving.
Son of a bitch. And it wasn't falling apart in your lap either?
No. Like it
Oh,
was
that's a
fucking
good
man.
fucking pasty, dude.
Like I don't know
Oh,
if they
yeah.
were seasoning the meat. I don't know what they were doing, but they were doing the fucking right things.
Damn,
So
man.
for our listeners, that don't understand what a pasty
Yeah.
is, just real quick,
Please.
just run through it. It is a
No, fuck them.
It is
Fuck
a,
them. Don't tell them.
Fuck 'em.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It is a meat pie, sort of like an empanada, but it's not fried. It's made with typically vegetable shortening as a crust. The crust is rolled on the outside
Nice.
edges, similar to a calzone, except for it is not Italian in any way, shape, or form. Vegetable shortening crust. The edges are rolled. It's typically very crumbly, very crispy. The contents are typically made of pork, beef, potato, carrot, onion, and rutabaga, which is known by some other names in the culinary world, but we'll just save it for time's sake. But in my opinion, I've had some very good ones across the UP, and I've had some very bad ones.
Yeah.
But continue on, Dylan, with your other.
Now,
With your
yeah, like
other,
I said,
stuff.
they sell other shit there too. But Kelly and I just got pasties. Like I said, I got a pasty and I got myself a Fago.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Michigan fucking dream right there.
And dude, seriously, like 20 minutes later, like we both were happy. Like
I know. I love how you just described that you were just pissed. That like
Oh,
literally is like so true. Like when you're hungover, like you have such a long drive. Like
oh,
just
like,
we were
yeah,
pissed. Like it's so
it was-
true.
It was fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. Anyways, that fucking spot's amazing. Lados, pasties. If they want to sponsor us, fucking, that'd be awesome.
Now hold on, Dylan, because I had to leave to bring some diapers upstairs. But
Jesus.
I had to ask you a very important question. What Fago did you get?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Rock and rye.
Oh,
Oh,
rock and rye, dude.
Oh,
That's
I was gonna say,
the
don't say it.
goat.
Let's all 3, 2, 1, and say one. And I guarantee we all were gonna say rock and rye.
the goat. What is it? Is it
Stop
root beer?
talking
Is it
that.
cream soda? Is it Coca-Cola? What is it?
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. It's just like, that's just the flavor. Like, that isn't very, like, you can't get like other pops like that. You know what I mean? Like, you can get a root beer, good root beer. You can get a good Coke. You know what I mean?
Dude,
But my last one I had was I'm probably taking this off of someone else's list, but fucking Krups and Twin Lakes.
Yeah.
you goddamn
that's-
son of a
Oh,
bitch.
I didn't have it
So-
because I knew it was coming, but
So yeah, dude. So Krups is a small. You can get gas there. It's literally like a place where you can go get everything in Twin Lakes.
And
can
Twin
get-
Lakes is like, if you're not from around here, Twin Lakes is basically between Houghton and Ontonagon.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes
dead center.
from Ontonagon. We always go fishing there. They sell pasties. They sell sandwiches, like anywhere from like
Mm.
barbecue pulled
yes,
pork,
Yep.
chicken, fucking barbecue chicken sandwiches, barbecue beef. Like, dude, like literally anything they sell it there. They have ice cream there. They have
Yep.
fishing. They have fishing gear. They have just
They got
normal
tackle.
towels, They have beer. They have literally everything you need in that little store.
Mhm.
You go there. The pasties and the sandwiches are fucking phenomenal there too.
Yeah.
Um,
Krups
Man.
fucking rules.
It
Yeah,
does. It really
yeah.
does.
Krups is awesome.
Their potato salad slaps too. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
like
I've had
I
some
said,
killer
I'm
potato
missing stuff
salad.
that they sell literally everything that you can.
Yeah,
come
I
up
was
with.
gonna say if you're doing something in Twin Lakes, whether it's fishing or like, four wheeling or golfing, like you have to go there. It's just kind of it's a must stop. And to me, these lists that are at least my locations are like must stops. Like you need to
For
go
sure.
there if you're in this
For
certain
sure.
area,
Krups
and that's
is
definitely
100% a must
that's
stop.
definitely one.
100%.
And like,
I would
and
say
if you're-
Lados too, but that's like really far to the east
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, and like if you're not from the UP and you travel to the UP, like you need to also do yourself a favor and get yourself, if you're into camping, go camping at Twin Lakes.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
spend a weekend
Oh,
at
yeah.
Twin Lakes and fucking just spend all your money at Krups. Because you
Yeah.
can't go wrong. You cannot beat it.
Not only get those pasties freshly made, you can get frozen ones and bring them,
Yep.
Yeah.
And the
Like-
frozen ones are good too.
which is
They can
fucking
make
clutch
frozen
because like you
pasties.
think about it, like you buy one to eat now and like you're like, man, I'm gonna buy some more for later or for
Mhm.
next week or whatever the
Right.
fuck you want to do. You know what I mean? Like,
or
you know,
or like if
someone
you-
for
yeah.
example, like me, like I would never cook my own pasty because I'm fucking terrible at cooking. But I would go there, buy one to eat, and I'd buy like 10 just to fucking throw in the freezer.
Well, dude, that also you make a good point because
Literally
like,
not
you can go to-
joking.
you can
I'm
can go-
Kelly's laughing at me, but I'm not joking.
you can go to Krups. Like I just had a great idea. Like if you're camping at Twin Lakes, you could buy the frozen ones and just set
Yeah.
them by the fire
Yeah. That's a good
when
idea.
you're camping and just cook those motherfuckers while you're hanging out. And by the end of the weekend, your blood pressure is insane, you know, but
You might not
it's
make
all
it
good.
home, but it's a hell of a fucking weekend.
That
It's
was
worth
actually Kelly's first pasty was from Krups.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
well, good. That's
Really?
the best place to get your first pasty. I mean, Sills might have a good pasty, and there's that fucking place in Noggin. You guys ever been to that church?
That
that
old
The
does
church,
church,
pasties?
yeah.
yeah, right by the
Yep.
bank.
God damn, do they make some good pasties, bro?
Yeah, you got to go
They don't even-
downstairs though.
They don't even have a name. It's just
Yeah,
like
I don't even know what church it is. You got to go downstairs though.
it's just a church pasties. They give you a fucking Pat's. They give you a Pat's bag with like 5 pasties for fucking $18. You're
Dude,
like,
speaking
"Ah."
of northern fucking Michigan shit, dude, your fucking wife was on TV, bro.
Wait, what?
What?
When?
No, she wasn't on. Okay, don't actually fucking put this in there.
Wait, when?
No, I'm talking about the goddamn.
Oh, when she was in high school. You know
yeah.
about that? Oh my god, that's so funny. That is so funny. She fucking hates when I play that.
What is it?
It's so funny. It was just TV6 did like a thing on like the education system in Ewan, and Molly was Molly was like
no.
the smartest one in the whole fucking school because they were all
Yeah.
you know it was Ewan. But I'm not.
The
She's
only
really
smart
smart.
one.
She's really smart. Like she'd be probably the smartest one in Ontonagon. I'm not dissing her, but she was
I
very.
don't know if this bit'll make
She was
it.
very smart, and so they like interviewed her, and she was just like, "Yeah, she's probably listening. She's probably so pissed." But she,
Yo, but no, that
She's like, Tony, shut the fuck up.
that fucking restaurant up north, I forget where it is, but Gordon Ramsay went to it. And it was on
oh,
one
the
of his fucking
den,
shows.
yeah, the
Yeah.
den, yeah. She met Gordon Ramsay. That was cool.
Oh yeah, Darth Molly served to Gordon Ramsay, didn't she?
Yeah, it was actually a cool story. Her,
He's like, this food is dog shit.
no, she said he was really nice, but her coworker. So there's a basement in the den, and that's like you never want to serve down there because it's just hard going up the stairs. And so he comes in.
This is going, but I'm here.
He comes in, mask on. No one recognizes him. Everyone knew Gordon Ramsay was in town, but when it's in the moment, you're not going to think, oh, that's Gordon Ramsay. Well, he had his mask on, had a
Yeah.
baseball cap on. No one recognized him. So him and like 3 other guys walk in, and there was a waitress that was like doing shit, and she was just like, saw them, and she's like, Molly, you want to take these guys? Didn't even know it was Gordon Ramsay. So she literally gave Molly Gordon Ramsay, and she would have taken it, but she was busy or whatever. So Molly brings him downstairs, and sure enough, he takes the mask off like at the table, and it's fucking Gordon Ramsay, and she's like
Unloads in the
shaking,
trousers.
like yeah, just like wow, what is happening? Yeah, he ordered a burger and fries, and it was really nice. Only gave her 20% tip, but it's cool.
Wow, what a
Seriously?
son of a bitch, dude.
Oh wow!
I mean,
Well,
Really
hold
getting
on
down to
here.
the nitty-gritty
Are you
here.
saying
Chris, I'm not kidding. 20%.
20%.
Bruh.
What we give at restaurants.
that's what
He
I
is
can
worth
afford
half.
to give?
He's worth a $500 million, and he left 20%.
Dude, he's probably worth way more than $500 million.
Yeah, that
No,
guy's
it's-
worth
it's-
more
I
than I'll
looked
ever
it- I
make in
looked
my
it up.
entire life.
And this we made like a lot of money this past year. I looked it up at the time, and it was like 500 mil or like 400 mil. So we like straight facts here on Favorite Dad's Finest Hour, and I did look it up. Gordon Ramsay is actually worth $220 million.
Yeah, whatever, man. That's fucking sweet though.
Yeah, it was the experience. Got a picture with them and stuff.
Like
but-
it's not even like, even if the food wasn't good, it's not like it's her fucking fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she's just the server.
But he
Yeah,
said it
but
was
still,
really good. He got it.
20%?
He got it twice. So he must have liked it.
Mm,
You got
interesting.
twice?
You got 2 burgers in one shot.
No, he can't. He went again like that weekend. Like he.
Oh, yeah, that's
he
good
went,
then.
But it was takeout, I believe. I think he got takeout
He's
the second time.
yeah, he's double checking.
I want to bring back to Dylan talking about the pasty place. 10 minutes from the mystery spot. It's funny because I know, Aaron, you have one that I'll let you say it, but do you guys have like a UP stereotype about those like small shops outside of St. Ignace while you're heading west? And Aaron, I just saw you kind of get up on your chair. Like, I think you know what I'm talking about. Like,
I don't know.
I know that
I will-
I know that some of them are probably like really good, but I think the thing that makes me uncomfortable is that people that come across the bridge that are in the St. Ignace area and don't go west, they'll stop at one of those shops, go back to their hotel in St. Ignace, and be like,
This is the best fucking pasty
"Where are
I ever
Youpers?"
had.
Like, yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
I will say this. Tony, you make a very good point
I-
because
I don't want to sound like a dick either, because
there is a place in St. Ignace, or no, it's in Nobbinway, and it's a pasty joint. I won't say their name, but it's one of those places where it's just like a fucking pasty place that it seems like that tourists are gonna stop at and get a pasty and try it. And in my work travels, sometimes I'll stop there and buy a $5 pasty, and it is just the Tony's pizza of a pasty. It is it is just like a flaky crust that falls apart. You can't eat it while you're driving. You got fucking potatoes on your dick. It's not good.
I
you know?
imagine that's how like 90% of them are, because they have a piece of plywood that says pasties leaning up against their
So,
mailbox.
Any tourist is gonna.
There's
fucking,
no way that has to be any good, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I don't stop at them because obviously we have, I don't know. When I'm leaving the UP, I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna go pick up a pasty. I'm not that much of a Uper to be like, oh, let's
Mhm.
pick up lunch, on the way to the bridge and get a pasty at this fucking shanty town. But
Yeah.
So bring it back to speaking of like going to the bridge and stuff, I just have to lay this one out there. Every time I drive from Ontonagon or Marquette to the bridge or to go downstate, I take 117 down the UP, and if you travel this way, from the west end to the bridge a lot, you know what I'm talking about. Highway 117 that goes through Engadine.
Yeah.
That
14 miles.
that Sunoco gas station
Fuck,
is,
dude.
to me, it's just the experience, because not only is that like 14-mile stretch very strange and there's not much going on, but you have Amish communities like outside of Engadine, and
Oh, yeah.
you'll see their buggies like going down the road. You'll see all the piles of horse shit on the side of the road. So you're kind of like, what's going on here? Like, what am I riding into? Another
Yeah.
world. It's like another world, honestly.
Yeah. Suddenly you're in Ohio.
Right, right. But this Sunoco gas station, I'm not shitting you, because I take 117 every time I go to the bridge. I know Highway 77 that goes through Germfask and Blaney Park or
Mhm.
whatever. You can take that way, but I'm telling you, if you go to the bridge and you're from the West End, take 117 and stop at that Sunoco gas station. And you have to let me know that when you go inside, for one, you feel like you may get stabbed,
Well,
or two, if the bathroom, I guess it's the boys, if you're a guy, go to the bathroom and you message me right away if that smells like somebody murdered a fucking deer inside and then took a shit on it, because every time I go into that bathroom, some fat fucking like big fucking like three
Log truck
bills
driver.
comes out of it, and he just slammed like 4 radiation burgers at the Holiday from St. Ignace, and then on his way through just had to lay like the most juiciest log on the planet, because it always
Yeah.
smells like shit every time.
Yeah. It looks like Jebediah or Ezekiel. It looks like some Amish dude just took a handful of chili and threw it against the bowl. At any moment,
And I
the
love
bowl
the best.
is just brown.
The best part of this is that when I shared to you guys that I'd be considering the Sunoco gas station in Engadine on 117, Chris, you were literally in that area for your work, and you took a
I'm there
picture,
every week.
you took a picture of
Yeah.
it as I was talking about it. I was not expecting it, and you said, "I just took the greasiest fucking shit in there," and I was like, "It's fucking you, it's you."
And that's the thing. The thing about that gas station, Tony, it's funny you mentioned that, is I was also going to bring up this gas station as well. And the thing about this gas station is that there ain't nothing good to eat there. There ain't nothing good for you there, but it's a good place to take a foul fucking shit.
And that's
about it.
And that's it, because I am not kidding you. I am not exaggerating. I think every time I've been there, it smelled like fucking just absolute, like one of those horses from the Amish buggy came in and just unloaded in the bathroom.
Yeah,
It smells horrible.
The seat's so hot you could fry an egg on it.
So if
dude.
you're listening and you're traveling to the bridge from the West End, even from Marquette area, take 117 and stop at that gas station. Go inside, maybe get some zebra cakes or maybe some powdered donuts.
And they have the worst pre-made subs of all time there. I'll tell you what. Go there and spend $15 on a fucking 4-inch sub and enjoy it.
Now, on the travels, and I want Aaron to come in because he's pretty quiet, and I know he's gonna like this one, and I know it was definitely gonna be on his list. This is more of a like going to the bridge from the UP. So you stop at the Sunoco 117, you hit US 2, you're passing Nabaway, you're passing all those towns, you get into St. Ignace, and the one fucking business that
The Crown
runs the entire UP is what, Aaron?
It is the McDonald's.
And
They're side by side. It's the McDonald's and the Holiday right next to each other.
Oh,
ding,
dude.
ding, ding, ding.
And
The
and I will
goated Holiday.
say, you finish what you're saying because
I was just gonna say that when I was talking earlier about my list being must stops. I don't care if you don't have to go to the bathroom and you're not hungry. You better fucking pull over to that McDonald's and Holiday Station, either crossing the bridge, going downstate, or if you're just getting into the UP, it's a must stop. You have to go.
Mm-hmm.
So the big thing with that is, so they're right next to each other. There's a McDonald's right next to a Burger King, right next to a Holiday, right next to some other like local gift shop and business, which I don't remember what it's called. But the big thing is that I always said was that the McDonald's, mainly the McDonald's, but the Holidays lumped into, is what I would call the DMZ. So between North and South Korea, there's what's called the DMZ, the demilitarized zone, and it's just like, we'll look at you from the fence and hate you, but we won't do anything. And that McDonald's, I know there was one specific time that I think is what you're getting at here, Tony, is that we were in there and it was a scene out of Deliverance. There were now in inbreeding and incest is it's not a joke. It's not something to be laughed at. But for two, I was
As I'm
probably
laughing
20.
at it.
I was probably 24. Tony was barely 21.
21, yeah.
I will say that we laughed, and it was.
It was a nightmare. It was Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah,
type of vibe.
It was really like something was going on here. These people were going to pick up a horse from downstate or something, and they ended up at the glorious, great McDonald's.
Yeah,
honestly, I only got food poisoning there once on my way.
That's
up.
pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
Those are good numbers.
That's good.
Good numbers.
That's good.
But that holiday is a good. That's the main, kind of bread and butter here.
Mm-hmm.
That Holiday.
I
that
stopped
Holiday
there.
has the best hot dogs. I swear to God, they have the best hot dogs.
I stopped there and I fuel up, and there's actually I always fuel up all the way to the gills. I'm waiting until my gas tank overflows, because once I get downstate, it's balls to the wall. It's as fast as I can drive.
And you will never you won't have Holiday gas inside your tank for a long time too. Once you get down.
Exactly. You got that Holiday water gas.
And for those folks that don't live in the UP, I will say that a holiday up there for us is similar to Speedway down here. You know, Speedway, you got the tornadoes, whatever you want to call them.
The loaded
you know,
grillers.
we got the radiation burgers, we got the buffalo chicken rollers, we got all this incredible, you know,
fuck me to
festival
tears. That
fare.
sounds good.
It's just great stuff. And more importantly, at the holiday in St. Ignace, you have the sandwiches from the Knob and Wade Deli.
Yes, sir.
And that's like a
Yes,
very, I guess like tail end of my college years, I started getting it. They have like this, it's a bagel sandwich. It's a bagel, a bagel, whatever you want to call it.
Bagel.
No,
Aaron,
it's got,
don't cater to your downstate listeners, Aaron. It's fucking bagel, okay?
it's a fucking bagel.
So it's a bagel with it's got cream cheese and turkey on it, and it's all crammed up. It's literally like wrapped up in saran wrap. Like they did no fancy wrapping here. This is like a real mom and pop deli, and they always got like 10 of them there. And that's the one thing I'm more likely to stop there because I got to get gas anyways. I'm not trying to pull into 2 parking lots here and see a scene of the Deliverance and hear banjos and that whole thing. I'm just trying to get a deli sandwich. I'm just trying to get a semi-fresh deli sandwich, that tank full of fuel, and then hit the bridge or head west across the UP.
Yeah. To give you an idea, if they were not to get their food in the time that they wanted, they probably would have started eating the cashier at McDonald's. That was kind of the scene that we were looking at. And I will say, if you do stop at this location, you may have the same experience. That does not define us, okay? That is not the face of a Uper. That is not the face of a Uper, okay?
Yeah.
So
we may fuck our cousins, but we don't eat our cousins.
So I've gotta bring this up, and Chris and Tony, you just stop me. I'm gonna say the word Gustafson's, and if you guys were gonna say that, just stop me and I'll move on.
No, it's on my list.
No, Aaron,
Okay.
I'm right there.
It was
you.
on my sort of must stop. You're the one that, you know, it grew on me. That is, I will say, the best side shop in that stretch of highway on US 2 by far.
That's the crown. That's the crown jewel in the UP.
That's the one where you
travel.
If you're gonna stop at a side store in that stretch, that 20-mile stretch after the bridge or just before the bridge, if you're coming from the UP, you need to stop at Gustafson's. That's the one that I was gonna say, and that's all I gotta say. I mean, I don't have an experience, Aaron. I know you always bring jerky with you when you come up here, and
it's the best jerky. They have the best jerky. It's insane.
So quick rundown.
It's $8.99 a pound, but it's good.
Yeah, the quick rundown on Gustafson's. It actually, ironically enough, it was a BP station, but now I do believe it's a Sunoco station.
Mm-hmm.
So Sunoco is slowly taking over the UP. But for those folks in the UP, you probably know about it. For those folks downstate, quick rundown. They have whitefish dip, which is a best dipped with Ritz horse feed crackers. Whitefish, probably some sort of cream cheese, mayo, maybe a little scallion. It's incredible. Beef jerky. Yep. Beef jerky at various prices. $8.99 is a little bit low. I think
the hot sticks too. The Slim Jims and the hot sticks.
Oh, we're getting there, buddy. So we got you can buy beef jerky by the pound there. They make it in house. It's not delivered anywhere, or it's delivered to them. It's not passed around. They have what they call Slim Jims, which is a bit of copyright infringement, but you're the UP, so no one's going to find out unless you listen to this podcast. So they have these homemade beef sticks, which are about twice the diameter of Slim Jims, same length, if you will, no pun intended, and they're $1 a piece. So you can literally just get. I buy like 10, 15 of them when I'm on my way up or on my way down. I mean, half the time I won't even stop for lunch. That's what I eat. That they got smoked whitefish fillets, lake trout. They have pasties in their cooler, always stocked up on Fago. And they have a cool gift shop. They got a cool little logo. They print on T-shirts. They sell Stormy Chromers there. It's really just a one-stop shop. They even have fishing gear there because they got a couple of inland lakes around there that are really good. So always an incredible stop. And before I sort of sign off and pass this to Tony, and or Chris, I'm just going to run down a couple of places from Lower
let's hear some
Michigan.
let's hear some LP stuff.
Yeah, because we got
Yeah,
we got some trolls in the mix here.
some trolls in the chat. So the big places, I spent a lot of time around Everett and Big Rapids. In Everett, Michigan, there's a place that is called Mishler's Drive-In, and it is absolutely 100% a drive-in. They have picnic tables in a little grassy area, so you can pull up and eat, and it is everything you want. It's onion rings, it's fried mushrooms, incredible burgers, great fries, shakes. They got the whole 9 yards. For those UP folks, it's similar to the drive-in in Lance Parago, which I'm sure one of these guys will probably mention after. Hersey River Junction, great little steakhouse, like bar and grill place. I do have to mention a very tiny place that most of you will never ever encounter, but it is called the Dighton General Store. Dighton, that's Dighton, and it is a town that has a general store that sells gas that is next to a post office, and that is the town. And they have ice cream, fishing bait. It's an incredible
Sounds like
store.
we'd like that town.
Do they have good sandwiches and shit, or what do they got going on there?
No, it's very, very limited. They got, like a little cooler with pop and, water and stuff. And they get a little ice cream thing, some basic hardware. And
you just feel at home when you go there.
And it is a very, very tiny, like you literally, people say, oh, you'll blink and you'll miss it. This place is this town is a general store next to a post office, and that's it. I don't even think they have a fire hall. So, what's up?
Go ahead. Keep going.
Another place that's really great, really weird one, kind of quirky and fun in Mackinac City, right before you get right before you hit the bridge going north to the UP. There is a place that has a giant hot dog on the top of it that is called Wiener. It's called Wienerlicious.
Oh, dude, they're out of business. They're out of business, dude.
So I went there, I think, last summer, and I don't know if that was their last hurrah. It sounds like it was, but man, that place had like dogs and fries. Like I think they had chili cheese fries there. They would do Chicago dogs. Incredible little joint, giant hot dog. You're on the highway going north to the UP. You're gonna see that giant Chicago. It's funny because it's literally dressed up like a Chicago dog.
It's a big Chicago dog. It's like a huge hot dog on a billboard
on top of this joint.
Yeah,
and I really hope they're not out of business, but I know
they are, dude.
They're very seasonal. So
yeah, Aaron. So it's funny you mentioned that, because when I was at your house that weekend in Grand Rapids, I was super fucking hungover on my way home from work. I'm sorry. That's just muscle memory. I just say that. It's just I'm used to saying that. No, but I was on my way home from fucking getting wasted with you all weekend. And I was like, fuck, dude, I want a hot dog so fucking bad right now. And I was driving and pulling up maps and looking up like where's the nearest Dairy Queen, because Dairy Queen does hot dogs.
Yep.
And I was in Google Maps typing in hot dogs, just hot dogs. And I'm like, where can this motherfucker find a glizzy right now? And every fucking hot dog place was out of the way. And I was like, okay, well, I know Wienerlicious is right before the bridge, and I'm going to stop at Wienerlicious. And I take the exit and I pull into this parking lot, and there's the fucking giant hot dog sitting there with the relish just glistening in the sun. And the fucking place was vacant.
Damn.
Oh yeah. Why did you hit it too early?
It was 3 p.m.
No, too early in the season.
Oh, okay. So I had to get holiday hot dogs, and they were
which is never a bad option.
No, and like you said, St. Ignace has the best hot dogs.
They have the best glizzy roller in the fucking state.
Oh
dude.
my gosh.
So I will say if anybody is curious about Grand Rapids bars, restaurants, just hit us up on the Twitter. It's a good plug. If you're really looking, I've got a list in front of me that's way too long to mention here. But my last place that I will mention is a place that is no longer there, but it is relevant for our podcast in terms of history and in terms of a good story. It is I believe it was called the Rainbow Inn ice cream. This place was a laundromat.
Oh my god, dude.
This place was a laundromat in like Silver City, White Pine area. and boy, was there some DNR
Right before the
some-
Porkies. That might
Oh yeah,
Right before the Porkies,
people
yeah.
might know that.
No, I'm not talking about the joint that has the bear sitting out in front of it. You guys might have been too young for this.
No, I
And
remember.
maybe so. This place is a little ice cream shop that has had a laundromat in it, and is now a personal residence. But there is a fenced-in area that is it's like a U-shaped fenced-in area. There was a dumpster there. They would throw all the old, fried grease and ice cream, and black bears would come down from the Porcupine Mountains and eat out of this dumpster. So you could get an ice cream cone, and you could sit. And I've watched several people in my youth feed bears through this. Now, like I said, it is a U-shaped fenced-in area. So the back of that fenced-in area is wide open.
Oh yeah.
These bears can get around that area. And I wish it was still in business, but I know for sure somebody would have died.
It's actually it's incredible. And I know black bears like aren't that dangerous, but there were times where in the parking lot where the cars obviously were parked, people were eating their ice cream inside their cars because the bears, like Aaron, you were just talking about, they would go around the fence, and there were bears like literally in parking spaces next to vehicles. Like you're 5 feet and just in between you and a fucking black bear is a rusted out, 2003 Honda Civic door.
Yeah.
It really blows my mind that something like that.
And they
was
weren't
the
tamed.
thing.
They're not fucking tamed. They're
Yeah.
wild
No,
fucking
dude.
black bears that
No.
just wanted your fucking ice cream cone.
Yeah.
And I've scoured the internet looking for videos of this. And I don't know if I'm sure some of us have some like old family photos from somewhere that somebody took with a Polaroid.
I guarantee my
that
parents
there's-
have one.
I witnessed people feeding a twist cone through the chain link fence
Yep.
to like, a 300-pound plus black bear. I mean,
Yeah.
just
It's crazy.
insane.
just obscene. And they're
It's insane.
usually pretty docile, but I mean, it was just a ticking time bomb, and that's probably why the place.
Yeah, they were
even
like,
went under.
we've gone long enough with no injuries. Let's just, let's retire here on a good note. And
What's the thing with that blows my mind? You guys didn't talk about the Kentika, did you?
no,
Oh, dude, I was just gonna say that. I remember Chase Collins, who used to work at the Kentika, would say that he would run like the grease buckets out
Oh, yeah.
to the bears.
5
like
gallon
I'm saying,
buckets
like-
of slop.
Like you
You
start
could
feeding like wild animals like that, and like as soon as like they don't get their fucking food, they get pissed off
Right.
and they get aggressive as fuck. That's why
Mhm.
you're not supposed to feed like wild animals, because like they come back and like then they start getting used to being around people, and like they're not fucking scared of being around people. You know what I mean? Like normally bears will run off if they fucking smell or hear you, but like
we'll 100% share a picture of the Contico because that's
Oh, yeah.
everywhere, and that's
and
wild in
still
itself.
thing.
I mean,
It's still going on right now.
Aaron, maybe your downstate listeners like can't really comprehend what we're talking about right now, but
But it was
Yeah.
live fucking bears.
I mean, like Aaron
eating
said,
while
I
you're
mean,
eating.
500-pound plus black bears probably at times,
Mhm.
like big motherfuckers coming in, and you're just go out slinging fucking, old ribs and fucking bacon grease, and they're just chowing down. It's unbelievable.
gross.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's fucking nuts, dude. It's
It
fucking nuts.
is,
And the thing about the Kentika too is that like they had like that the dining room with like the big bay windows
Mhm,
where you could like see out there, and they had like the feed pile for the bears, and you could sit there and eat dinner and watch bears just come in and just fucking chow down.
Yeah.
It was
Dude, it's
it's really
insane.
a wild.
It's
They-
still a
they
thing.
had
You
that-
can still go
Yeah.
to Kentika and do this.
Yep.
And that's
Yep.
still happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there used to be an albino deer that would walk in there and eat sometimes too, which is if anybody has any clue about wildlife, that an albino deer happens like it's like lightning on a sunny day kind of thing. Like it's just very, very rare. You have turkeys and partridge,
Eagles.
grouse,
Mhm.
like yeah. I mean, you just have everything.
And
come
big
in there
ass
'cause they know
crows
that-
and
Yeah.
seagulls too.
Right.
Oh,
The
yeah.
gulls and
Turkey
in
vultures.
the crows are massive with all the shit they
Yeah.
eat.
Dude, those fuckers. Those fuckers look
Very
like
cool.
eagles.
So I have
Very
I'm just gonna run through the speed round, just a speed round for me, just to finish up so I can get my list out of my face here. But this is caters to your downstate listeners, Aaron. But if you are going to Traverse City, a absolute must stop. Again, my list is more of must stops. Right Brain Brewery is if you don't go there when you go to Traverse City, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. To be honest, the beer is excellent.
You got it twisted.
All the pinball machines. Molly and I went there. We were down there after the wedding, and hell of a koozie there, Dylan. As we spent probably $50 in quarters playing pinball, because there's just like over probably 60 different kinds of pinball machines, and I think the one that was my favorite, there was a Beatles one. Shame me if you want.
That's cool.
But
yeah, the Beatles suck,
when you
but it's okay.
when you played, all right, I'm not gonna take any slander here, but I'm just kidding. But when you played each game, there'd be like a screen on the pinball machine, and it would play the Beatles, like one of their old classics when they were on like the Ed Sullivan Show. It was actually really cool, and I probably spent like over $20 on that machine. Had to have, because it was so fun. But anyways, the Rusa Bar.
Oh shit!
Without question.
Forgot about the Rusa.
You have to go to the Rusa.
I've never been.
Chris, you've never been?
I've never been.
Oh man.
Well,
okay. Well,
we got a lot to do this summer.
Yes,
man.
we're gonna record an episode at Rusa.
Bonus points for whoever can spell Rusa.
Yeah.
Hit us up on Twitter. We'll give you a $5 gift card to the Rusa, or give you a hat.
I'll give you a $5 gift card to D's Nuts.
We'll buy you a hat. Anyways, in the Ontonagon area, once again, I know this is not really like a must stop, but I will say that it is on the uprise right now, and I very much enjoy this store a lot. Connie's. Connie's in Ontonagon is
really
it's doing.
That's another one-stop shop.
It's doing something right now. Yeah.
What they got going on there?
Like
Colin?
I don't know. Like maybe it was just me not going there enough, but like their coffee's great. They have sub sandwiches, like their sandwiches are fantastic. Breakfast sandwiches are great. The ice cream, I mean, to me, they have what you need. Mackinac Island fudge. I don't know. Connie's is, I don't know. I just have been enjoying the shit out of it every time I go.
Yeah, they have like an actual like coffee maker. Like, espresso, like actual. It's not like
you got a real Keurig.
Take this Folgers that I bought from Pat.
No, they have a full espresso bar.
So anyways,
they have a full espresso bar.
Now we're going to the Houghton area.
Espresso.
We're going to the Houghton area now. To me, the most underrated, and this might sound very dumb to people that are in the Houghton area because it's not underrated really to them, but going to Houghton, maybe you're going for the night or whatever. KBC, Keweenaw Brewing Company, like that place is amazing. Not only is the beer fucking fantastic, one of my favorite breweries like ever.
Yeah.
Like I would pick it probably. This is gonna piss some downstate people off. Sorry, Aaron's friends.
Hot take.
I honestly would take it over Founders probably any day of the week.
Oh,
not the location, but the beer. But the location for Houghton is fantastic. Not only are beers $3 for a pint, you're getting excellent quality in a beer. And not only that, you have that outside patio that outlooks the canal and stuff. Fantastic. But the prices
can't beat that.
The prices to me is what takes it.
Well, yeah, dude. Like you're not trying to go and like have a good time and break the fucking bank while you're doing
$3
it.
You know for a pint of fucking beer. I mean, that's $4
like,
for
come
the
on,
tip.
and it's good beer. You're not just buying a fucking PBR,
right?
You know,
Widowmaker is still probably one of my favorite beers of all time. But staying in the Houghton area now, these are kind of like places like these are low key, but Schmidt's Corner in Houghton is amazing, and that is shout out.
They got the wing night.
Shout out to Cards wing nights on Thursdays.
Is that a bar?
Yeah, it's out in oh man, son of a bitch! You go down Canal Road, and you pass like Chutes and Ladders, and you go up the canal, and you're gonna. It's about probably 5 to 8 miles, and it's just off to the right, out in the middle of nowhere. Kyle lives right next to it. It's amazing, and that's how I found out about it. Never knew about it until Kyle was just like a couple houses down. Incredible atmosphere on Thursday nights. Again, wing night. It's great. And another one that you guys probably have never been to, but shout out to my cousin Alexa, the South Range Pub, dude. That is another
South Range
place
Pub.
that
Another deep cut.
another place that
Deep cut.
another place that I never knew of until Kyle and I went there. And the funniest story,
Where is South Range again?
it's right before Houghton,
Okay.
right before Houghton, like 5 miles.
All
Okay.
those hills and like neighborhoods
Yep.
that are tucked in there.
So we went there one night
Tri Mountain.
just to, we were out partying. We went to the South Range
Donkin.
Pub. We were just like, you know what? Let's head her here. We knew a couple people that were there. There was a shuffleboard, like not a tournament, but people were ripping shuffleboard, and these older ladies that were seasoned, like veterans, they were just ripping. Or no, I think we played against 2 other people and we beat them. And I guess they were like pretty good. Kyle and I never play shuffleboard. We beat them. So like these 2 old ladies, like again, seasoned veterans come in. They're like, "Oh, we heard you guys beat so and so." So we're like, "Yeah, let's rip it." And Kyle, this is like my favorite story. We beat the fucking chicks that always play, and people were like, "Oh my god, like you guys beat, Gertrude." I don't know her name. I'm sure my cousin Alexa's gonna know who I'm talking about, but we beat them, and we never played shuffleboard like ever. It was so fucking fun. I don't know if we got lucky or what. But all conference tight end. Shout out to Carts, athletic. I'm just kidding. But it was a fun time. But it got like it was redone like a couple years ago, and I'm not kidding. It's really nice. And you guys know Jerome. I went there with Jerome and Alexa one night playing pool. I mean, it's just a great atmosphere, and you would never
Surprised
expect
you survived.
in South. yeah. So, anyways,
Alexa, take me to the South Range Pub.
quick.
Okay.
Oh, she's gonna hate that. Quick.
Sorry.
Quick.
Sorry.
Another quick one. Now in the Marquette area, if you want a nice, good burger, the Dry Dock in Harvey.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Very, very good burgers. So if you're in the Marquette or Harvey area, get a burger from Dry Dock. I get like the barbecue bacon one, and it's fantastic. Like it's very, very good. And then quickly,
Nice.
the Veerling. It's a little expensive, but if you go there just for the beer, I had a stout like a couple months ago. The greatest stout I've ever had in my life. I'm not kidding. At the Veerling in Marquette. And we went there tonight, and I had one, and it was fantastic. But that is some of my must stops, some food, some nice bars, but that's all I got. I feel like that was
cool.
I feel like that was a rant, like I was complaining about things.
No, you weren't.
How my body feels after that.
Are you shaking?
No. I just feel like that was a lot. Not really a speed round, but
Well, honestly, I feel like I have a little bit of cleanup to do here. I'm gonna do like west to east, kind of like west to east to south for my portion. But Aaron, I wanted to double back on something you said. You talked about like the bagel you had with like the saran wrap bagel.
Oh yeah.
And that's Alpha Deli out of Newberry.
Alpha Deli.
Alpha Deli out of Newberry. They like package sandwiches and they just distribute them to all the gas stations all over the East End.
Okay.
And I get a sub there frequently called the Super Youper.
Oh, okay.
And it is absolutely fucking fire. If you're in the East End and you're going to a gas station, go to the refrigerated section and look for like subs and shit, because 100% of the time Alpha Deli is selling their shit there. And that shit is honestly killer subs. You get a fucking nice little 8-incher for $8. Can't beat it. And then Dylan, you earlier we were talking about holiday pizzas and shit. And I think that one thing that should never be forgotten about is Holiday's breakfast pizza.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna gain some fans after that one, because that is so fucking true.
Holiday's breakfast pizza to me is one of it's just greatness. It's just, I mean, granted, it's Godfather pizza now, and they kind of don't do it the way they used to. But like back when we were kids, Holiday did like a bacon cheeseburger pizza and a breakfast pizza.
You know,
And the bacon cheeseburger pizza had pickles on it, and it was so fucking good.
There's still actually in near Everett, Michigan, where I was talking about in my little bit was there's a gas station near an Amish community. Oddly enough, that's kind of weird that we're coming back to this, but near an Amish community outside of Big Rapids, Everett area, and there is a gas station that still sells hot stuff pizza.
Oh,
So I don't know if they just haven't taken down the sign. I've gone in there. There's another gas station that's up by an orchard I worked at, and they still sell not Godfather but hot stuff pizza. So it's still around.
And I will say quickly, the co-op in Bruce Crossing still has hot stuff as well.
right.
Oh
They do.
yeah,
They
that's
do. They
another
definitely
that's
do.
another great one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
So
forgot to
for-
mention that.
Man, there's tons
But-
of great places in the UP that are staples.
Yeah, for sure. I would spend my life savings to open up a hot stuff pizza place.
It'd probably fucking do numbers in the Ontonaga.
So we gotta
area.
get we gotta get hot stuff on the line to do a sponsorship, man.
What the fuck's
Send us
going on?
fro-
Hot stuff.
Just send us frozen pies or something. Get us a card.
For
or
real,
something,
dude.
man.
Just give me fucking a punch card for pizza, you know? And anyways, so I'm working from west to east, and I'm thinking about, or northwest Michigan. I'm thinking about my childhood, like playing hockey up in the Houghton Hancock area. One of my favorite things was the wings and the tostada pizza from the Ambassador.
Oh yeah, dude.
The Ambassador is if you're ever traveling in that area, hit up the Ambassador. They have got, I don't know, Tony, you lived there like the last few years, so you might know, maybe it's changed, but from my childhood, the Ambassador had the best like tostada pizza I've ever
It's
had.
still the same. It's amazing.
It's fucking killer.
One thing I
And
miss
I'm
about
all-
living in Houghton.
Yeah, for real.
Mm-hmm.
I bet. And I also wanted to mention I used to go to this place in Calumet called Bucko's.
Yeah, Buckle's Party Store, and then the
Yeah, Bucko's Party Store.
yeah, yep.
They were fucking, I mean, they didn't really have food, but they're just kind of like an honorable mention. in
Yeah,
that
I
area.
like that. That's sneaky. That was a sneaky pick.
Yeah. So I'm working my way from east to west or west to east or whatever the fuck. And it takes me to Munising, where I'm going to this place. We talked about pasties earlier, and like dog shit pasties and like cliche pasties. And, there's a place in Munising called Miner's Pasty. And
I've heard of
it's
that.
it's
Same.
not like the fucking cliche, like you get this like light golden crusty pasty. It's like a fucking ball. And it almost looks like a pretzel crust, it's like a
Interesting.
ball.
Oh, okay.
And it's the way the pasties were originally made for miners, like years and years ago.
Yep.
And it's just a fucking rutabagas, carrots, seasoned meat. You're getting heartburn from this pasty because it's got everything you need in it. And that's a good fucking pasty. You gotta stop at Miners Pasties in Munising. And when you're also in Munising, if you're not feeling pasties, there's another place called A Burger.
I've heard
It's
about this place.
EH! Burger.
Oh God.
And it's a fucking short order, like you fucking make your order and you stand at the fucking window and wait for your burger to be made. And they do like chili burgers and pulled pork burgers and like the classic burgers, everything you can imagine in a burger. So they got everything you can fucking imagine burger wise. It's like short order, and like if the line's too long, you can also like, they got beers there, and it's all like UP craft
nice.
beers.
Nice.
So you're also drinking good fucking beer while you're sitting there. And you can't beat that fucking shit. It really
Also,
is.
I gotta say, you just kind of UP beer there's actually some fuck.
Oh,
I mean,
good.
I just said KBC was one of my
There's-
favorites, but there's some fantastic breweries in the UP.
I mean, dude,
Yes, there
think
is.
about like how much Upper Hand has
Mhm.
become established.
Yep.
Like everything Upper Hand is
Ordoc,
made.
Black Rocks,
Ordoc, Black Rocks,
KBC.
fucking,
There's some fantastic breweries in the UP.
yeah, it's all fucking good stuff. And I like A Burger a lot, actually. I mean, it's quick. Like if you're driving through Munising and you need a quick bite, you can go there and get a burger within like probably 5 minutes. So, moving further east, I guess. I mean, there's a couple gas stations that I like to stop at. I mean, Gulliver Crossroads in Gulliver, that's just a fucking straight up fryer place. They make like breakfast pizza and they do curds, chicken tenders, burgers, shit like that. It's a gas station with fried food, and it's also very good. And the gas prices are fairly cheap there. But when I'm going further that way, one of the places I think about a lot is a place called Moof and Fries. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
No.
Moof and Fries is this place in Nobbin and all they got is fish sandwiches, burgers, and French fries, and that's it.
I like that. I like that.
And the fucking fries are hand cut. The fish is caught by King's Fisheries. It's fucking fresh whitefish off of Lake Michigan, right to the fucking table, dude. Crazy fish sandwiches, crazy burgers. It's all good stuff. And while you're there, you can stop at Hiawatha Pasty and get yourself a maybe 5.8 out of 10 pasty. Not the greatest pasty, but
Okay.
it's a pasty. It's a pasty.
I
If
appreciate
you want
the
a
honesty.
pasty, stop at Hiawatha Pasty and get a 5.8. It ain't bad. And then when you're moving further that way, I also think about the Newberry McDaniels, or as you guys call it, McDonald's.
Yes.
The Newberry McDaniels there's just a bunch of people working there who stare right through you. I don't know if you know the history about Newberry, but there's a thing called the Newberry stare. And we'll just say that there's a lot of touched folks in the town of Newberry. A lot of God's people running around there. But that McDaniels, though, I mean, tip top quarter pounder. I got a quarter pounder the other day from that McDaniels, and that motherfucker was medium rare. That
Oh,
fucker
I
had
remember
pink in
that.
it.
I remember that.
And
When
I
you
was
sent
like,
that.
And I was like, is this just like because it was a little too frozen, or are they trying to make some quality burgers here? I can't tell.
And it still tasted good.
Oh, dude.
And you
I
didn't get
even
the
think about it.
shits.
I didn't. I was like, I'm gonna give it 3 to 6 hours.
Yeah, I
and see
remember
what
you were counting
happens.
down the hours because you
Yeah.
thought you were for sure gonna get food poisoning.
I thought it was done for. I thought, I thought it was down bad. And then you get towards like Ipufe and Cut River, and there's a place called the Cut River Store. And the Cut River Store also has like they smoke their own cheese, they smoke their own cheese curds, they do their own beef jerky, and they do their own whitefish. And their whitefish dip is fucking insane. It's good stuff. Good stuff. And Aaron, this is a question I had for you. I don't know if it's in like Gaylord or Standish, but every time I drive through, there's a giant sign that says Jerky Outlet. And every time I go in there, it's like they got fucking alligator jerky, they got fucking rattlesnake jerky.
What?
They got like fucking ghost pepper, like dried ghost peppers, like all this crazy shit. At this random ass fucking, it just says Jerky Outlet.
Yeah, I've personally never been there.
Oh, dude.
Aaron, your
So-
audio is good, by the way. It's not bad at all.
It's very
Okay,
good.
cool. Off the AirPods, unhinged, uncorked,
Un-
unadulterated,
This is
Saturday night.
This is Patreon right here, dude.
But yeah, I've never been to the Jerky Outlet. Man, I just feel like there's just so many. Every place in the UP is good, and given I haven't had a lot of them in a long time, but a lot of it is just stuff that I crave. And anytime I try like a new place, even if it's like a gas station, like I'm just looking to get a bag of chili cheese Fritos or something, and like something that's somebody wrapped in tinfoil and like took a dump on, like I'm down to try it because it's usually very good, or it's really bad and makes for an incredible story.
Yeah. Hello, sir. I'd like your finest walking taco.
Yeah, have one of those today.
Really? And how
Oh,
was
yeah.
it?
It was very good. Oh yeah, just a little. It was like $5. Just like a little. I was at a food truck festival today for our listeners. It's the Kentwood Food Truck Festival here in Grand Rapids. 30 food trucks, beer tent. Maybe hit the beer tent more than we did the food trucks. But anyways,
Naturally.
back to Chris. What else you got going towards the east end?
That's as far east as I can go with good food. Honestly, everybody hit on the fucking St. Ignace holiday. I fucking love their hot dogs. Oh. I really fucking dude, holidays hot dogs are not something to be like forgotten about.
I used to get them
because
all the time in Ontonagon.
it's not just the hot dogs though, it's the experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you get two of those fucking hot buns underneath the glizzy roller, right? And then they got this little cooler full of sauerkraut and onions and relish. And they got all the good mustards. They got all the good fucking fixins for a solid fucking dog, dude. And that's all I got, really. I mean, the only thing I was thinking, like further south, I mean, I don't travel below the bridge much.
Mhm.
And the only places that I have been to that I've enjoyed were Founders Brewing Company that Aaron took me to, and this fucking ghetto ass pizza joint. I can't remember what it's called, Aaron.
Vito's Pizza.
Eno's or
Vito's, VIT.
Vito's. Oh my god, dude.
Vito's, eh?
We walked in there, dude. It was after this show. I was fairly intoxicated. I don't know about Aaron. He was driving, so he's probably somewhat intoxicated. But like
Sure.
Cut
you
that.
walk in there
Cut that.
and some dude's just like sucking on the cashier's neck when you walk in there, just like, "What's up, baby?" And he like walks out with like 6 slices of pizza for free. And like there's just like there's a carousel of pizza. And you pick your slices, and it's like $6 for 2 slices or something like that.
That's
You
$2.
cannot beat it. $2 a slice. I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah, they fun fact for our listeners, if you go and find the Jesse, I think his name is Jesse Eisenberg movie on he was in like that
Oh,
Facebook
20 minutes or less, or 30 minutes or less or something, or
that's
40,
that whole
45 minutes or less.
Grand Rapids, and it is based around a Vito's pizza delivery driver. So go check that out for sure. And if you're down by me, definitely go to Vito's Pizza for a slice after show or midday.
Mhm.
They got sticks, they got grinders. Yeah, definitely a Grand Rapids West Side staple for sure.
This shit was killer, and it's just a bunch of people with just some of the finest folk working there.
Yeah.
And
Really an experience.
it really is. I mean, you go in there at 11 p.m. You not only are you getting a good bite of za, a good zinger in your mouth, but you're also just getting a good look at God's creatures while you're there.
One thing I will have to say, which I think we talked about very briefly, but nobody brought it up in terms of hidden gems in the UP. And this place is not a restaurant, it's not a gas station, but it is an absolute staple in our friendship. I have to talk about, and I believe it's called the Foothills Gift Shop. So the Foothills restaurant, excuse me, there is a Foothills restaurant. There was a Foothills restaurant, and it's over in Silver City, Upper Peninsula. It's way tucked, almost damn near the Porcupine Mountains, but they had this little gift shop there that this I assume to be husband and wife run. And it is just a gift shop that is like, it's just like somebody, I can't even explain it accurately. The biggest thing is that this little shop is probably like maybe 10 by 10. And the only thing that is bare of gifts and things to purchase is the floor. The ceiling, there are things dangling from the ceiling from like front to back, all over the walls, multiple shelves. But the biggest thing that is interesting is that there's an artist by the name of Brent Holmes who does like essentially children's songs, and we'll have to post a snippet. Maybe one of us can go there in the summertime and get like a video of this song playing. But there's a song called The Peanut Butter Bears that is played by this artist Brent Holmes, and they have that CD on in the shop running through speakers that are spread around the shop. They have that CD, the one album from Brent Holmes, just on repeat. So at any time of day, I think every time I've gone in there, I've heard that individual song because it's a very small room, but you just get lost in the Peanut Butter Bear song and all of like the weird fairies and dragon sculptures. They got a weird collection of pocket knives. They have a little cooler there with cold drinks for weary travelers, as well as like very minimal, like kind of trinket camping supplies. It is really incredible, and we'll have to do a walkthrough of that in the future with a camera. And Tony's about to burst at the seams here, so I'll let him take it.
Okay, so it's right after the American in Silver City. So if you're ever going to the Porky's, right after the American, right after the Paul's restaurant as well, it's the first building to the left of the American. And I actually never knew that it was called the Foothills Gift Shop. I actually never knew it was called that.
Me neither, dude.
I don't know if there's
I
a
didn't-
sign or how did you know that?
I
Aaron?
just remember being in there. That was it.
So- The thing with the Foothills Gift Shop, there's a restaurant that used to be there called the Foothills, and it's not operating anymore. And it's actually right, that gift shop is right next to there. And I just titled it that on accident. And I can do a quick Google search to confirm that.
Well, I mean, I just don't ever remember. I mean, there could be. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I've never seen like even a sign like saying any
Right.
name. Like I'm not saying it's a
Right,
different
dude.
name. I'm saying I never. I think we just found it one day when we were up in that area, maybe fishing the what's
No, we were fishing.
What's-
We were fishing the Union River.
Yeah, Union. So, and I think we just stumbled in, and then after that, we were like, okay, every time we're in this area, we have to go in. And a better explanation for the listeners: it's essentially a gift shop for a goddamn hoarder. Okay,
Yeah. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
I don't know how many things are bought in that store.
For a goddamn horde.
But I think the lady that runs it, and again, this could be somebody that one of the listeners may know, and it's not a dig, but just the experiences that we've had in this store is just very strange. She almost acts like it's not a gift shop, and it's more of just like her collection of things that she wants to show off. And Aaron,
Yeah,
I
it's-
know you know that what I just said is 100% true. Noah and Kinsey were with us. I think we may have went to the Porky's, but we went in there to show Noah and Kinsey, and we were in there checking things out again. She likes to let you know what she has in her shop, but it's
Mhm.
more of she wants to show it off instead of sell it. Because I feel like there's a lot of things in there that she like holds on to, and if you were to
Mhm.
buy it, she'd be like, "Oh, we're not gonna sell that." But I was looking at this ferry, and again, Aaron said there's like dragons and fairies, and there's a bunch of shit in there. Again, it's like just somebody who hoarded a bunch of shit that's selling it. I was looking at a ferry, and there was a sign. I saw it. It said, "Do not touch any of the merchandise or whatever." And mind you, another turn. If you're under the age of 30, she thinks you're going in there to absolutely rob the place dry.
Yeah. You're a thief.
She looks at
You're
you
a
like
thief.
you are a goddamn thief. So I walk
Yep.
in there, I'm checking out these ferries, and I go to like reach for one, and I'm like a quarter of the way there to try and like go and reach for it. And sure enough, you can't touch that. And I remember we all just like looked at her and we were like, okay, we need to get the fuck out of here. Because not only did she not, I mean, she welcomed us. I will say she
What
knows.
the fuck, dude?
she-
That's weird.
She knows my aunt, and she I think saw the Sumas in me and asked me like who I was, and then she's like, "Oh, I know your aunt." So I was like, "Okay, shit, I'm not gonna be
Yeah,
nice."
You look like a fucking
And-
wop.
and
You must be a Sumas.
and so I just remember like reaching for that ferry, and we were like in the back room, and she just like has cameras everywhere. I'm like on my way to grab it, like just to check it out. She's like, "You can't touch that," and I was like, "Okay." But like Aaron said, there's that fucking song, the Peanut Butter Bear. We really like peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Eat it all day if we could. And you would think if you're sitting in that store almost 24/7, obviously she probably doesn't runs it in the winter, but she's there as soon as one little bud pops on a tree, she's there. And as soon as the last leaf on a tree falls and that snow starts to fall, I'm sure she's out of there, but 24/7 in that period, she's in that store. And all she's listening to is that CD. I do not know how you do not go absolutely insane listening to that, because you're in the store
She-
for about 10 minutes and you want to
Dude.
fucking
Yeah.
grab one of the
You
toy
wanna
guns
burn
on
the
the
store down.
on the shelf and put it to your fucking temple. It's
Yeah.
it's unreal.
She might be the peanut butter bear.
You know what? I never even thought about this. Maybe Brent Holmes is actually her husband, and so he's the guy that wrote all the music, and he just sits in there and listens to his own stuff all day long
Mm-hmm.
and
Maybe
tries.
maybe she has a
You know what
cutout
else?
of him at home in her bedroom with the CD
Brent
playing.
And she's just flicking her bean
But
to
that's-
fucking peanut butter bears.
that's a must. That's another must stop. Again, you have to go in there, and now that you
Yeah.
know what to listen to, and maybe I don't know if it's copyrighted because I don't know how big the song is, but maybe I'll throw it in just like a 10-second clip in this.
Dude,
To
there's
let
no
you know,
way that
but-
motherfucker's coming for us for money.
No,
Like, if there's no way he's gonna get us for copyright.
so maybe
because
I'll throw it in. And
no
you'll-
one's listening to this. And no one's listening to his music either.
except the fucking lady at the gift shop in Silver City.
Except for
Unbelievable.
everybody at the Porky's Music Fest.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Dude,
If
that
she-
also. Go ahead, Aaron.
If she was running that CD, that album on Spotify, that dude would be a millionaire.
Yes, seriously.
She's got
Dude.
it on CD. She has it on CD, so she's just like that thing. She must have four or five. You know what? I think they actually sell copies of that CD in the store. So anytime she burns a hole in one, she just pulls the cellophane open and just pops another one in this. It's like a CD that is hooked up to their like sound system in there. It's incredible.
It's so true. It's so
So you
fucking
think she's
true.
burning holes in them?
I think she burns through one of those CDs a summer, at least.
Oh,
Dude,
that's great. That is great.
it makes me. The whole talk about the Porkies makes me think about how much of a mystery that part of the UP is to me. Like, there's so much part of the Upper Peninsula, like the UP, the Lake of the Clouds, like the whole way up there. There's just like tons of uncharted land that I have no idea about. And I know everything about like the West End and like the East End and like where I live now, but I've never really fully got to experience like that part of the UP, you know?
Well, I know we talked about this in a previous episode about how easy it would to get away with a murder, which brings me to
Aaron
a
likes
point.
to murder.
Yes, Aaron is the West End axe murderer, but I
The
want
Grand Rapids
to-
Strangler.
This is an idea that we're gonna do right now. We're not gonna dive into it right now, but we're gonna have a 2-part. I don't care if it's a 3-part, but we absolutely need to do an episode or 2 or 3 on the sweater letter.
Facts, dude. Fuck, dude. I forgot about the fucking sweater letter.
That needs to happen. And
I don't think enough people
rest
know
in
about
peace
what
to Dave
happened.
Distel, the author of the book Dog.
And
Incredible human.
yeah,
He passed away a couple years ago, but I read that. I remember after he passed away, and if just a backstory, there was a murder that happened in Ontonagon, actually on Cherry Lane. There was a quote unquote, air quotes, hunting accident where a husband actually murdered his wife and tried to make it look like it was a hunting accident. And it was a huge story. And again, it happened in Ontonagon, and that is probably as much as we'll say right now, because I really want to really dive into it. But coming back to you, Chris, on things that uncharted areas, and I know national forests probably need to be like documented a bit, but I remember, what is it, 70 or 80% of the Upper Peninsula is forests?
yeah, about that.
I mean, there has to be
It's insane,
so
dude.
many areas that haven't even been touched yet. You would
Well,
think.
dude, from my personal experience as like I don't know if, well, I don't know if any of the listeners know who I am or what I do now, but I deliver propane for a living. So I'm constantly going out to everybody who, is using propane. And some of my customers live, like Aaron, you and Tony know, that like in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, like off grid. Like some of these people live off of solar power. They shit in the woods and they fucking heat their house with fucking propane. And I'm fortunate enough to meet some of these people, and it really opens your eyes to parts of the middle of nowhere where you never think you'd see before in this place that we live. And there's a ton of shit. There's a ton of just like, there's people and there's communities that live in the woods that no one knows about. It's insane.
Well, there's 301. This is in 2010, though, I think. Oh, no, 2020. 2020 census, 301,608 people live in the Upper Peninsula. It's just more than 3% of Michigan's total population, which obviously makes a lot of sense. But I remember seeing,
People have
damn, bro, the Upper Peninsula
What?
supplied 90% of America's copper by the 1860s.
Holy shit.
It was the largest supplier of iron ore by the 1890s, and production continued to peak in the 1920s, but sharply declined shortly afterward. 90% of America's copper?
That's
Holy
probably
shit.
still in rotation today. I mean, right?
A lot of the mines were shut down, but one thing that we talked about with Mr. Bruce Johansson was that only so when miners came and flooded the UP, they only mined, I believe the number was 10% of the ore, just not copper, but iron and everything else. They only mined 10% of the ore that they knew was there in the ground. So if that number
Wow.
Holy fuck.
if that number is true at all, then that means that there is, 90% of whatever, you could do the math and figure out how many, pounds of ore, iron and copper, and there's a gold mine and I think Ishpeming. That's only 10% of what was actually there and what was very inefficiently mined. Now we have incredible techniques, but obviously you have the Environmental Protection Agency and the sort of the green movement are preventing those things as they're doing in Alaska and they try to do in the Dakotas and stuff like that. But the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is full of tons and tons of precious metals, and people are just living on top of it. They don't even think twice about it. So
Yeah, Aaron, sorry to interrupt, but don't you think it's like kind of naive in a way? Like everyone knows that we're sitting on this big precious rock,
well, another thing that Tony mentioned is that it sharply declined after like 1920s time. And it makes sense because post 1920s, World War I was over. So they needed a lot of metal for military efforts out of the UP, much less like just continuing to build America before that in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And then once the war effort dropped off, that's where that mining effort tapered off. Metals weren't much, they weren't as highly sought after because there wasn't a war effort going. Now, coming into the 40s, when you had World War II going on, it's like, why did that not fire back up? And I think there was some of it probably still going on, but not as much as it was back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. But the bigger question is like, what are these? There are several mining groups that have started to like purchase mines and started to like, pick up some steam in the UP and promise to bring jobs and stuff like that. And it's like, where is that? There's always been talks of that since all of us were kids, and we haven't really seen that, at least in the far western end. Oh, I know Marquette, there was some stuff that was going on, but it's like, maybe we should do a little more digging into that to figure out where the actual mining efforts are, what kind of ore they're pulling out of there, and what is it being used for,
Mm-hmm.
right?
This is way off topic, but I was just on Michigan's up.fandom.com, and there's a little fun fact here. From 1861 to 1865, 90,000 Michigan men fought in the American Civil War, including 1,209 from the Upper Peninsula. It says Houghton County contributed 460 soldiers, while Marquette County, Michigan, sent 265.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Tom, will you send me that link?
Yeah. I'll just put
How
it.
many that's fucking insane.
This is just a whole fucking fact sheet about the UP. I mean, it tells everything: history, geography, wildlife, climate, government, demographics, economy, transportation, highways, airports, ferries, bridges, railroads, bus systems, education, culture. It's a lot of shit
Wow.
about the UP. This is kind of a cool stat. The Upper Peninsula contains 29% of the land area of Michigan, but just 3% of its total population.
Be a good.
Yeah, I just read that's insane, dude.
It'd be a good tattoo for us all to get a little 3% somewhere.
Oh my god.
I was just gonna say 3% is kind of cool.
Born and raised one of the 3% of Michigan.
That's going to do it for episode 10 of Failure at its Finest Hour. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. We went back to our old roots for episode 10 and not being able to close it out. We did go on for a little bit longer, but the brewskis started to flow, and maybe we'll save it for a little archive episode. But we will have an update from my brother Oliver at the end. Hopefully you do enjoy that. Have a great week. Again, follow us on Twitter at FAIF Hour. Find us on YouTube, and again, enjoy episodes every Tuesday.
So you ever think about how the wind is like the worst element? Because if it's snowing, you're not that mad about it. It's like this beautiful snowfall, but once the fucking wind picks up, it's a goddamn blizzard. Or like hurricanes, you need fucking wind for that kind of shit. Like that's like big ass disaster kind of shit. So yeah, I found a hatred for the wind. Sometimes I embrace it and not let how aggressive it is affect me, and kind of just like be aggressive back. And then we have this understanding of like, okay, we both can be aggressive to each other, and then it's like this freeing feeling. No, you don't get that? Okay, never mind. No, I'm just fucking around. But honestly, I sometimes the wind just like pisses me the fuck off sometimes. But sometimes I like it. Anyways, in the past, updates I've given you guys, I don't know if, I feel like it's obvious that I was like reading off, like I wrote out what I wanted to say and was just reading it, because I mean, if you know me, I'm fucking terrible on the fly, and so I like to have that structure of, my remembering everything. And also another aspect of why I was doing that, in a way, I was kind of like trying to romanticize, like don't get me wrong, like the trail has been fucking amazing. The shit I've said is all true, but in a way, it's kind of like romanticizing it, not making it as raw as it could be. And I think people appreciate how raw you can make something. So I wanted to raw dog this one, and just, I don't know, I feel like it'll be better that way. But in a way, I also probably won't say everything that I want to say. But yeah, so I was trying to make it more entertaining by writing down my ideas, but let's cut that nonsense out and actually have some real talk about this. Okay. So I am entering the portal into the Sierra Mountains, which means I will be hitting mile 700 soon. And that means that the desert section will come to an end, which is pretty crazy, and the Sierra section is starting, so I'm pretty fucking excited about that. The desert section for me was kind of just like, jump into it. I'm pretty comfortable with the desert. I live and work in the desert, so it's kind of just like, yeah, whatever, let's make this chaotic. So I ate whatever the fuck I wanted. I got up at whenever I wanted. Honestly, physically, it was tough, but nothing that I don't feel like I really tested myself or needed to test myself. So it was more of just, get in the feel for what the trail is going to be like. And I learned a lot, I would say, in that section. The biggest thing that was a slap in the face for me was kind of my expectations of the trail kind of just like took a big dump in front of me. And that was, you know, like I said, the reason why I wanted to do this was the freedom. I wanted to, you know, just be out in nature and just experience, you know, the freedom of being in these wilderness areas and having that solitude and peace, you know, similarly to like my lifestyle with living in my truck. Like I was like, I want that, but like to the next level and like this adventure, whatever. And I realized that it's not really like that because of how social the trail is and how populated it is. So that was a big thing for me that I had to deal with because I'm not a social person at all. I'm very introverted. I like my privacy, you know, and so kind of fucked me up for a little bit. I'm just like, I felt like obligated and pressured to like talk to people and make friends, and then I realized like, holy shit, like I don't, this is not the reason why I came on trail. Like, yeah, it's I'm not trying to be pessimistic and be like, yeah, I don't want to fucking know you, get to know you, but it's like it's pretty overwhelming when there's just a fuck ton of people. So what I did, which I'm glad because it's been working out for me now, is focusing on, you know, internally what I want to get out of this rather than letting the external factors affect me internally. So I'm just trying not to, you know, care about, you know, I don't care if someone gets offended if I don't go up and talk to them. It's like, I'm trying not to care about seeing a lot of people or passing a lot of people. It's like I'm kind of strategically trying to, you know, have that solitude, and it's been working out where I'm avoiding the big bubbles and things like that and just focusing on the trail and what I want out of it for me, which before I didn't really have that understanding, and I'm glad that I have gotten that before I hit the Sierra section. So yeah, I've been, not only that, I've been learning a lot about myself because, you know, like I said, it was kind of like romanticizing it and not putting it in the real perspective of what the trail is like. Like, the fact of the matter is, all it is fucking walking. Like, you just walk every fucking day. You get up and you're like, okay, I gotta walk. And it's about, you know, around 20 miles, give or take, that you're walking every day. And that takes, like, you know, that takes up your whole fucking day. So to combat the monotony of it, I've been listening to, like, a lot of podcasts and obviously music too. But, like, what I realized about myself is, like, I've never been, you know, an intellectual person or, like, that curious. I've kind of just been, like, you know, I didn't find things out in the world to be, like, fascinating or wanting to dive into them. But now that I am kind of forced to, like, you know, not be bored in the day and listening to podcasts, I've been, like, finding things to be very fucking fascinating, which is great because I'm learning a lot about myself through listening to these things and becoming more knowledgeable about, like, different topics, you know, that are important. So in a way, it's kind of strengthening my identity, which is pretty sick, and just making me even more excited about things, which is nice. So yeah, that is the real picture of the trail. And yeah, I just wanted to, you know, be real, and, you know, the things I've said before are all true and things that have happened, but the weird and entertaining things that have happened are just like a bonus of the trail, and it's not really the whole picture of the trail. Really the whole picture is walking, and yes, you get to see these beautiful areas, and you get to meet these weird fucking people, especially during the town days, and you get to experience the lifestyle of it all, which I really love. Just having a backpack that all of your belongings are, you just get to carry around all of that and set up shop and in places and go to sleep and just really enjoy the simple things in life, which I've already, found out that I like that kind of lifestyle, hence why I live in my truck. So that part has been really cool as well. And yeah, like I said, the really interesting parts are like going into these like towns that a lot of them are just like these little mountain towns that are very interesting, and you like talk to some pretty interesting people. So yeah, it's been fun. But basically the big picture of it is like hiking, having a lot of time to just think and listen and try to not be bored while you're walking, which I said is nice because normally you wouldn't have this downtime. So it's nice to be kind of forced into having these thoughts, because it really is important, and I think it grounds you as a person and lets you, know who you are even more, and just even more so live your truth and be able to express your truth to others. So yeah, that's all I got. So yeah, I don't know, this kind of, I feel like this is pretty different from the last one, a little more vulnerable, a little more less romanticizing, and I think it's good, because that's what I want. I don't want it to be not the real picture, and to be stressed out about like, oh, what am I, like, oh, let me type out what I'm gonna say this time. It feels like more of a chore. So I wanted to start keeping it more real, and also feel free to like, you guys to like write up questions and shit, because without kind of structure, it's hard for me to think of what like you guys want to hear. So like, if you guys want to like think of shit you want to ask me, that would be cool. It'd make it easier to give you guys your updates that you want. So yeah, but yeah, Sierras, here I come, and fuck the wind.
Thanks for listening to failure at its finest hour.
I saw a dude. There was a dude ripping fucking pills in the back room one time.
Thanks for listening to failure at its finest hour.
Oh yeah, side story. Remember when we drug all the equipment out of the basketball court behind that place and blew the lid off the town?
Thanks for listening to failure at its finest hour.
Penguin! It was Penguin! Nice! Another perfect round.
Thanks for listening to failure at its finest hour.
Distinctively remember getting thrown to the ground when that first one blew up.
Thanks for listening.